Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this new webinar. Last week we were talking about the WiMo probe. This morning I'm explaining the main steps for the programming of the WiSens CTD. So we are just starting with a brief presentation of NK Instrumentation company. As you know, we are located in France. The company is working on this field since now more than 35 years. And our specialization is the instrumentation for the water measurement and environmental monitoring. So let's go for the WiSens CTD presentation. Some technical data first. The datalogger is a small datalogger, 30 centimeter long, 3 centimeter diameter, 350 grams, and can be deployed down to 300-meter depths. Regarding the characteristic on the performance of the CTDS WiSens, the range of measurements is between 0 and 70 millisiemens per centimeter with an accuracy of 0.04 millisiemens per centimeter. Of course, WiSens CTDS is first a CTD to measure conductivity, temperature, and depth, and by calculation we gave this salinity measurement based on the latest standard, of course, the PSS 1978. So the main advantages of the WiSens, sorry, maybe we have to switch. Yeah, so the main advantages of the WiSens is, of course, the size. It's a compact datalogger and the low power consumption. Inside we have lithium batteries for a long life of battery, around almost 10 to 12 months. Regarding the performance, the accuracy for the temperature is 0.005 degrees Celsius. And for the conductivity, as I said, 0.04 millisiemens per centimeter. With this datalogger, of course, we can measure the depth. And in that case, the accuracy is 0.15% of the reading. And of course, for the salinity, 0.05 PSU. This datalogger is used really to do in situ measurement in very harsh, let's say, site and conditions. It is in a specific material to resist against the shock, the eye shock. And we have also a large memory, flash memory inside. We can provide additional protection in case of a very difficult application like the fishing application. What is very interesting with this datalogger is the versatility of it. With a very nice wireless web embedded interface. This is what I will show you later. And it can be used in flexible missions. Honestly, this datalogger can be used for many different applications, and without any, let's say, modification of the probe or the system to install the datalogger. Sampling rate up to 2 Hz. Of course, it depends on the parameter, because for some of them, with a combination of, for example, salinity, we have to reduce this sampling rate. Regarding the accessories, we propose a range of accessories in order to fix and to install the data logger in different, let's say, field. The first one is protection against the shock. So you can see this orange plastic protection to receive the WiSens, and this is used for application like fishing application to fix it on nets or trawls. In order to preserve the water flow, you can see there is some different holes, big holes at the left side of the protection. This is the side where the sensor, the conductivity sensor, is fit. And we can still have the possibility to activate the Wi-Fi even if the WiSens is inside this plastic protection by a specific magnet that you can have a picture just above the protection. The second accessory is the clip, magnetic activating clip, in order to start again the Wi-Fi and to never lose the connection. This clip still on the side of the WiSens in order to keep the connection on, even if you are in a let's say hard or difficult place when you are working on with the WiSens. I'm thinking about, for example, when you are on a vessel with the movement of the boat. Sometimes it's difficult to keep the magnet against the WiSens frame, and by this clip you fix it on the side. I will show you just after this presentation. And another accessory is a mooring clamp. When you want to deploy this WiSens, for example, on the mooring line, we have a specific clamp to fix or to install the WiSens in different depths. So on the big hole, we slide the WiSens. We tighten it with a screw on the top, and you can see on the left side there are two holes in order to fix the mooring cable. So now let's have a look on how to activate the connection with the WiSens. So first, you have the probe by itself in your hand. You just clip the magnet on the side of the body, and automatically the Wi-Fi connection is on, and you can search this WiSens connection or network on your computer or smartphone or tablet. As soon as you find it, you click, and after that you can be ready at the time to have the programming software on the screen. So let's ready to do the demonstration. So as I told you, we clip the WiSens on the side of the data logger. After that, you search the WiSens network on the Wi-Fi connections of your laptop, for example, and you connect it. After that, you have just to open your browser, type the IP address of the WiSens. It's all the time the same, 192.168.56.1, and you access to the software, the embedded software. Otherwise, there is a quicker solution. On the bottom of the WiSens, you have the flash, the QR code that you can flash, and automatically it opens your browser and is connected. So I'm showing you now how it works. So the WiSens is there, the magnet on my right hand. There is a logo for the Wi-Fi. So you just clip it on like this, and you see it's still fixed on the side of the WiSens. So after that, we just go on the network on the Wi-Fi network available. You select the WiSens, you click, and you are connected. So after that, we open the browser, we type the IP address, and we refresh. Now you have your software. This is the embedded software. So this is very interesting because you don't need specific software to install on your computer. For example, now I am connected with a laptop, but if I have a damage with my laptop for any reason, I can use a smartphone. The software is embedded inside the WiSens. So the first things to do is to check, of course, the name, to check the memory, to check the battery. And for that, you can have some indication here on the screen. You can see that the memory, for example, now from the WiSens I have, the memory is used for 13%. So that means normally I am okay and I have memory enough for a campaign. And the remaining power is 69%. So that means it's still 69% of battery available on the WiSens. So after that, I can check some, let's say, information on program, some acquisition parameters. For example, I can write a name for my deployment. So today, just webinar November 26. I can check also the frequency of measurement. So if I change, for example, I can do select millisecond, second, minute, or hours. So let's go for second, for example. I can change also the frequency, and let's go for 30 seconds. So that means that the WiSens will do a measurement every 30 seconds. I can also select the type of mode. For example, when to start. For example, when I click or I select for manual, that means as soon as I will activate the button here, the WiSens will start to work, and every second it will do a measurement inside the water or outside the water. But I can select other mode like the date, and I can decide, for example, to start for, let's say, November. I can start, for example, tomorrow, 27th of November, at a certain time. Like this. 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, it will start if I program it in those conditions. I can select also conditions. So that means the data logger, the WiSens, is checking the condition, for example, of temperature. And if the temperature is higher than 5 degrees Celsius, it will start to measure every 30 seconds. And here I can check also the frequency of the check of the condition. So that means, for example, if I use second and I said, okay, 10 seconds here, that means the WiSens will check the condition of the temperature. If the temperature is higher than 5 degrees, it will start to measure at 30 seconds of period of measurement. And I can do the same, of course, for the stop mode. So let's go for a simple condition. We start in manual, we stop in manual, I confirm, and automatically I am updating those, let's say, characteristics or those settings inside the WiSens. there is something very interesting. Before the deployment, I can check some, let's say, estimated live. What does it mean? That means with those conditions, the data logger will stop after 94 days and I am limited by the memory. That means with those conditions of measurement, after 94 days, because of memory, and you can see here the memory available, it will stop automatically. So this is very interesting, because if you believe, well, if you program to recover the data logger after a longer time, you have to find a solution. That means you can reduce, or let's say, reduce the frequency to have a, let's say, less data inside your data logger, or to change the start condition. And it maybe in some cases it's not necessary to do the measurement all the time, but just between some conditions. Otherwise, there is another possibility, and in this case you go on System Setting, like this, and you can change also, let's say, the export setting. So you can decide to create zip file in order to compress the data. You just select on the bottom Zip Archive Activation. Before deployment, you have to be careful about something. This is an action that we are used to forget, but this is something to do, let's say, each time. This is to check the date. So what we recommend to do is to refresh and to, let's say, synchronize the clock of the WiSens with the clock of your computer or smartphone. So in order for that, you just click on this button just to refresh, like that, and we synchronize the two clocks. Okay. You can also change the time stamping, or you can change the separator in the file. If you would like to use this the file of data and to do some special routine, sometimes you have to change the separator of decimal and the separator of column. This is up to you. After, you can use a point or a comma. And you just confirm to update again the setting of the WiSens. We are close to be ready for the deployment. Just a final check with the real-time measurement. This action is used to check if all the channels are working properly. So, for example, here you see the 4 channels: conductivity, temperature, depth, and salinity with different color. And you see if I am moving or activating just to change, for example, the pressure, or to change a little bit the temperature, everything is moving. So that means we are now with a WiSens ready to be deployed. So I go back to the main board, and now I am ready for the deployment. So you can see it's really easy to prepare and really easy to program. Just before deployment, never forget to start, of course, the WiSens. So click on the bottom. Just once. It passes green. Now I am ready. I can put it on the water. Just disconnect the Wi-Fi, and I can leave and install my WiSens on site. So now I have some, let's say I am in a campaign, I leave it, and after a time I come back. So what I have to do is, first thing, I have to connect again my WiSens with the Wi-Fi connection. So I put the magnet again on the side of the data logger. I see I do the same procedure. Huh? So I check my WiSens network. I connect again. I type the IP address on the top of my browser. Just refresh. I am connected. Now I am stopping the WiSens. It is stopped. So that means it stopped the measurement. The campaign is finished. And what I am doing now, I'm going to see the file of data. So I'm click on this picture, measurement file, and you can see here the different file I generate or I create, different files of data. So you can see here two different type of file. One of them is CSV. That means this is a standard file that would normally I do with a WiSens. And you can see also the zip here in case of very long campaign and you would like to compress the data to have, let's say, more data on your file. Sorry. So what I do now, I can just have a look on which type of file it is. So you see this one, it was a webinar, or later one, and you can see it was done in August on the morning. It was stop also in the same date, and I can have a look on a quick look on the file. So you click here, but you see there is no measurement, so there is nothing to see. So let's go for a zip one, and you see on a zip one we download directly on your instrument, your laptop, the file. So just click on, we open a zip file, like this, and you see my Excel file or CSV file is there. So it's of course a very small file because we just do a campaign of some second. So I'm open the Excel file like this. And you see on this Excel file the different data that we can have. So, of course, there is only one measurement on this one. So you have at the beginning the timestamp, so the date and the time. After that, you have channel 0, the conductivity here. Oh, sorry, here. The temperature, the depth, and the salinity. So this file is not really representative of what you have, but it gives you an idea how you can recover the data. Of course, normally you are for a long campaign, so you have a long list of data here. So I'm just closing this one like that. Just to have a look on a bigger file, because I want to show you this. You see, when you would like to have a quick view of the data, you can use this function, the ICE here, in order to have directly on the software a quick view of your measurement. So you said, okay, it seems good. So I click directly on the file to download it on my computer. So everything is really easy to handle. We use simple functions to program the data logger, to download the data. You can do it easily on site. It's not necessary to be on a cozy place. Even on site, you can do this manipulation. What is interesting is you can use a different terminal if you have your laptop, but sometimes it's difficult to go on site with your laptop. In this case, you can use your smartphone and you have exactly the same function. So the main advantage of this is even if you have some, let's say, damage on the terminal you are used to work with, as you don't have a specific software to install before using the WiSens, if all the, let's say, the functions are inside the server of the data logger, this is very easy to manipulate. And honestly, I don't believe any training is necessary to be an expert with the WiSens. The use is very, let's say, open, and everybody can program and use the data of a WiSens without specific training. So this morning, this is what we would like to show you. Maybe you will have some question later on the how to use the WiSens CTD. So what I suggest is to send us email, send us your question on the webinar chat, and we will answer you on the next days. We keep this date for next week and the next weeks. We try to keep the contact with our weekly webinar, and I don't remember what is the program for next week, but sure you will get the announcement of the subject of the next webinar in couple of days. So thank you very much to be present and to be with me this morning, and I wish you a nice day.